This is just a little introduction to myself. My name is Kathleen Teedum, and the next couple of slides I'll give you a little bit of a personal background, a little bit of a professional background. I'll talk about the things having to do with the deserted island, and then I'll give you my fun fact as well. So me personally, I chose just a brief list here to put on this slide just so you could see some things about me personally. I am a mother. That picture on the left-hand side was taken a couple of summers ago in Duluth. My girls and I travel to Duluth with the rest of the family every summer. My oldest daughter is 24. She's Caitlin. And my youngest is 20. She's Elizabeth. And Caitlin is going to make me a grandmother in a few weeks. She's hoping that the baby girl comes sooner than September 19th when she is due. She's hoping that she isn't late. So we're all very excited. We've all been preparing for many, many months for this little addition to our family. So that is the 18-week ultrasound in the right-hand corner of the baby girl. So we've known since then that it was going to be a baby girl. So we have lots of pink and lavender in the nursery room. So like I said, we're all super excited to welcome that new family member. I live in Northfield. I actually was born in St. Paul in December of 1971, and then my family and I moved to Hampton, and that's where I actually grew up. So I went kindergarten through 12th grade at Randolph High School and graduated from there in 1990. From there, I had my first daughter already, so I just did some general jobs. From there, I ventured into the medical field and have had a couple of different job roles in that, which I can tell you about in the next slide. But I currently live in Northfield. I've been in Northfield for, I don't know, 6 or 8 years or so. I've always grown up in this area, so I guess I always feel like I've always been in Northfield. I love to read. I love to watch movies. Anything that I can get my hands on, usually I will read or watch. I consider myself a lifelong learner. I think that if we stop learning, I don't really see the point. I think we should learn all kinds of things every single day. So I am a student. That's kind of all of us in the same boat here, aren't we? Being a student. I am working on my bachelor's in the HLA program. I'm hoping to complete it as planned. I am a wife. I've been married. It was 5 years in July. And I have a very small family. My family is very small. There's Christmases are maybe about 8 of us, and my husband's family is the complete opposite. There's so many people that I can't keep track of them. So that is just a little bit about me personally. Me professionally then, I have been a certified medical assistant since January of 2000, very active in my local chapter, the state chapter, and at the national level in the medical assistant societies. Absolutely love my profession, absolutely love it. So I feel very fortunate that I was able to become an instructor in the medical assistant program at DCTC in Rosemont. Absolutely love sharing what I've learned out in the field with the students. It's amazing to me how much I learn from my students, how much they teach me. Each group is so different. It honestly is such a fun job. I really enjoy it. I am also a certified phlebotomy technician. When I started teaching at DCTC in August of 2010, I figured that if I was going to be teaching a customized phlebotomy technician program, that I should take the certification tests that those students were taking so I knew what it was about and what types of questions were on it and how difficult it was and all of that. I was able to work as a phlebotomist as a certified medical assistant, and actually I did, but I just thought that I would take that test to help my students out. So I took that test. I'm now certified in phlebotomy as well. I have lots of healthcare experience. I've worked in clinics, I've worked in hospitals, I've worked in family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, urgent care. In the hospital setting, I worked as a phlebotomist. I worked in the emergency room as a patient care technician. Lots of different experiences. Really enjoy the medical field. It really is my home, and it is honestly where I belong. And like I said, I really enjoy sharing my experiences with my students. So the pictures on here that I put, the center picture, I was the president of the Minnesota State Society of Medical Assistants. The president is president for a year, and they get recognized at the national conference every year. So that is from the year that I was the president, enjoyed that and still stay active in other ways. And on the left-hand side, that is some equipment. If you don't know what it is, that's equipment that they use to draw your blood. So I do teach students how to draw blood on each other. They do stick each other. The first couple of times is always definitely interesting. And then the other picture I added is just a few of my students that were just graduated in May. So very dedicated to my profession, very dedicated to my students. Feel very fortunate, like I said, that I am able to be a part of their lives and be a part of their student experience. My hopes and dreams. If I wanted to be in school for many, many, many more years, I would become a geneticist. I think the field of genetics is just completely fascinating. The things that we've been able to do in the last 5-10 years with genetics is just fascinating to me. So that is one of the things that I usually get my hands on, is any information having to do that. So that would be my ultimate dream job. My hope, maybe it's a dream, is that I can complete this bachelor's degree in 3 years, which is what my plan is. So I'm hoping that there isn't anything that deters me from that. My hope is that I can get a full-time contract with work, and I know maybe that sounds kind of silly, but currently I'm in a part-time contract with MnSCU, and you know, there's always that little bit of a bump in the road with each semester. I feel confident that they won't kick me out, but you know, having that full-time contract is a little bit more security. I would also love to travel. I'd like to travel pretty much anywhere that anybody would want to take me, I would go. I always continue learning. Like I said when I was talking about being a lifelong learner, I think that's very important, not only being in my job role as an instructor, but also just in life in general. And my other last one here for my hopes and dreams is to have a better life for my daughters. I think every parent sees it that way, is that they want their children to have a better life than they had. Obviously, I'm not saying that I had a horrible life, because I didn't. Great parents, great family, great upbringing. I'm very blessed with my daughters, but I also struggled quite a bit being a young mom with 2 little girls. So, like I said, I think it's just a natural thing that we all would like to see better things for our children. My fun fact is that I have lots of allergies, and that's a general list. To be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to go into specific details, but that is my fun fact, and maybe fun isn't quite the word that should be used, but lots of allergies. I have a very difficult time going anywhere. I can't really go out to eat anywhere. I read every single food label every single time I go grocery shopping. I can't ever try new foods or do anything like that. I found out a couple of summers ago, and the picture here shows the testing that they did on my back. So you can see that the circles were pretty inflamed, and my allergies are pretty severe, so I always carry my EpiPens and everything like that with me. So, like I said, maybe it's not really a fun fact, but maybe it's more of just an interesting fact about me, but that is always something that comes up on a daily basis with anybody that I'm talking to. So, my 5 and 3. With my food allergies, my things that I would take with me instantly went to food. So, homemade bread, homemade chicken pot pie, Tandem Bagels in Northfield. If you've never been there, you need to go. They make fabulous food. That is where that cinnamon roll is from. Diet Coke. I live on Diet Coke because I can actually have that. So those are 4 of the 5 things that I would bring, is because I probably couldn't eat anything on that island. And the other thing is Cards Against Humanity, or some game of that sort. Cards Against Humanity, if you haven't played it, is actually really fun. It's a good way to relax a little bit and just laugh with the friends that you're playing it with. So like I said, something like that to maybe pass some time. And then the 3 things that I would miss the most, the 2 being my 2 girls. They are my life. Honestly, they have been such a blessing to me, and I can't imagine having them not in my life. So those 2 gals I would miss the most. And then the last part that I would miss would be my students. And I really look forward to going to work every day. So if I wasn't able to go to work every day and experience the things that I get to experience with those students, I would really miss that. So that is a little bit about me. I hope you enjoyed it.